Hello, my name is Neil Good. I'm with the Good Law Group, and we concentrate in Social Security disability law. If we can help you with a Social Security disability case, you can call us at 800-419-7606, or you can reach out to us on the web at thegoodlawgroup.com. Today, I'm going to talk a little bit about the two forms that people fill out wrongly the most often that I think cause them to lose their cases, or at least lose them at application and reconsideration. So the two forms are a work history form, which I believe is Form 3369, and the function report form, which I believe is Form 3373. So the first form, which is a work history form, most people don't realize how much they actually lift, or they don't know what they're lifting at their job, and they underestimate this. So I have some people who say, I'm just not good at figuring out weights, and they just put down 5 pounds for everything. Well, in reality, almost everybody has to lift 20 pounds at their job because you have to move your chair. And some chairs weigh 20 pounds. I mean, this chair I'm sitting on probably weighs 45 pounds. So, you can't really ask somebody to come lift your chair to move you into your seat. So that's one place that people make a big error in that form. And the other place is when they talk about how long they stand. A lot of people don't realize how much they're actually standing at their job. So standing and lifting are the two biggest things that Social Security is concerned with. And so from your point of view, the more you stand typically and the more you lift, the easier it is to win a disability case. The other form that people fill out wrongly is what's called a function report, and I believe that's Form 3373. And I could probably go on for 3 hours about this, but I'm just going to make a few suggestions. So first of all, you ought to be telling them what you can't do as much as what you can do. For example, if they ask you about laundry, some people say they're doing laundry, but they're actually getting help. Well, that isn't doing laundry because you're not doing it like a job. So if you're getting help with something, you can't count that as doing it. Another place I see people have this problem all the time is like grandmothers babysit for their grandchildren. Well, then they say, well, my husband is there all the time. So if you're doing something with help, it's not like you're really doing it. Or dishes. That's another one where people say to me, well, I can't really do the dishes, but I put them in the dishwasher. Well, that's not really doing the dishes. Another area here where people make a big mistake is when they ask about, like housework and stuff like that. You ought to be telling them what you can't do, not what you can do. And whenever you tell them, you ought to be telling them, what you do the way you did it before you were disabled. Another area they look at is personal care. So whatever it requires you to do, and that's question 12, people don't realize that getting on and off of a toilet, if they've got a bad back, is a problem for them. They ought to be writing that down. If you have trouble with your hands and you need somebody to help cut your food, that's important to tell them because that shows them how quickly your hands don't function well. The other thing that I think is important to realize is there are some disabilities that are intermittent, and then there are some disabilities that are constant. So what I mean by an intermittent disability is, let's say you have a seizure, or let's say you have migraine headaches. When you're not having a migraine headache, you feel like you can do anything, but you ought to be answering the question as when you're having a migraine headache, or having a seizure. And if you don't answer it that way, then they assume that you're able to do that while you're having what's causing you to be disabled. I hope this has been helpful. Thank you for listening. I'm Neil Good with the Good Law Group, and if we can help you with your Social Security disability case, please call us at 800-419-7606, or you can reach out to us on the web at thegoodlawgroup.com. Thank you.